I'm honored to be here tonight to present Karen Sandora Fenderson. As I look back over the years of the Hall of Fame, and I think of all the players that we've inducted, I kind of taken back to think that we're just now inducting Karen. Certainly, it's a testament to the great players before her, but in my 29 years of coaching, of course, I started when I was 12. But, to think that she was the best point guard that I ever got a chance to coach, I think says a lot about the group of girls that have gone into the Hall of Fame before you, Karen. But enough about that. When the Hall of Fame tries to determine their inductees, they typically look at statistics, and certainly Karen is no exception. So I took a look at both the men's and the women's record books and tried to compare some stats, and just came up with some quick notes here. We had 4 players in the history of basketball here at St. Joe's that had grabbed over 1,000 rebounds. They were all women. We've had 3 players that have scored over 2,000 points. They were all men. We've only had 2 players, one male, one female, who've scored over 1,100 points and handed out over 600 assists. And Karen is one of those. And I think that says a lot about her impact on her team, but more importantly, 600 assists. Back then they were all 2-pointers, but well over 2,300 points, and I can tell you that she easily could have scored probably 1,500 points if she wasn't such an unselfish player and a great distributor of the ball. Karen's senior year was my first year here. I was actually the 3rd coach that Karen and her teammates had in 3 years. So you can imagine the turmoil, and being a first-year coach, I'd been lucky enough to work with a men's program for 3 years. So that was, there were a lot of questions surrounding, me as a coach and the program and what we were going to do. And I can honestly tell you that without Karen's support, Carolyn, ML, I probably wouldn't have gotten through that year. I was very strong-headed, very opinionated, and to my amazement, they listened to everything I asked. And it wasn't the easiest of years. A lot of people would look at 21-9 and think that that's just a great year, but there were a lot of ups and downs, and it certainly was a wonderful experience for me. And to think that I've been able to continue coaching for 29 years has a lot to do, Karen, with the role that you played there. Because any of us that have coached know how important a point guard is to a team. They're the person that's in charge. They're a coach on the floor. When the post player misses a layup, you yell at the point guard. Somebody drops a pass, they miss a play, you yell at the point guard. It's her fault, because she's the leader of the team. And Karen took all that and took it in stride. Did a great job with that. She wasn't a good point guard. She was a great point guard. And don't let her size fool you. In a minute, can we get that box back? We're going to need that. At 5'2", she may be petite and small in size, but I can tell you her heart beats that of a champion. And she was a player who hated to lose and would do anything to make sure that her team was successful. Just one quick story about the run that we had at the end of the year. We were able to win the district championship and actually go out to Kansas City a second time. As I said, we were 21-9. 6 of those 9 losses were to scholarship programs. Our team actually earned the #1 seed in the tournament, but due to some bizarre penalty that was imposed upon the team, I think it was actually a men's game where we didn't pull the bleachers. We pulled them out too far. They were too close to the court. So even though we were the #1 seed, we had to go on the road to Hudson and play the #4 seed. Of course, it was before their men's game, and the place was packed. The score was 79-73. We were down by 6 with about a minute and a half to go in the game. We won that game 82-79. Again, with no 3-point shot, no overtime, and obviously Karen had a lot to do with leading us to that victory. But as I look back on all the great games that I've been a part of, that certainly would be one that I'll always remember. Without a doubt, Karen was one of the most talented players to ever don a St. Joseph's College uniform. Please join me in recognizing her outstanding career here at St. Joseph's College and welcome her as our newest member of the St. Joseph's College Hall of Fame.
knows me knows that I hate doing this. So, first of all, can you get the picture down off? I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for this honor and congratulate the other inductees. I am thrilled to be included with such a great group of athletes and amazing people. Thank you, Coach McDevitt, for some kind words that you said about me. Although you were my coach for only 1 year, I really truly feel that you knew me better as a player and a person than any of my previous coaches. I have such great respect for you, both on and off the court. The only regret that I have is that I did not have the honor of playing for you my whole career. What an amazing man and a knowledgeable coach you are, and I thank you for that. 28 years ago, I entered the security gates of St. Joseph's College for 2 reasons. One was to escort my best friend, Carolyn Brooks, on a campus tour while she was being recruited by the women's basketball coach. I wasn't being recruited. But more importantly, I wanted to miss a history test that was given at my high school that day. I had no intentions of coming here at all. But the minute I arrived, I immediately knew this is where I belonged. It felt like home to me. After Carolyn convinced the coach to consider me as a point guard for the team, we filled out an application in the library, and I submitted it before leaving that day. The coach swayed me when she said I would probably get a lot of playing time as a freshman. It's all I cared about, playing basketball. I had no idea at the time the opportunities this little school on the water would give me. I had 3 different coaches in 4 years, like Coach McDevitt said, but with each new coach came a more successful season. Every year was an amazing journey. I had the opportunity to participate in 2 NAIA national tournaments in Kansas City my junior and senior years. While at the NAIA tournament my junior year, I had the pleasure of watching the men's team, who were being honored tonight, beat the number 3 team in the country. It was an incredible feat and one I am proud to say I was part of. In my 4 years, I had the privilege of playing basketball with some unbelievably talented women, many of whom have been already inducted in the Hall of Fame. Carolyn Brooks, Mary Lou Kimball, Carla Taliento, and so many other great players. They always made my job as a point guard so much easier, and they're the ones that made it possible for me to be here tonight. I still have many ties that bring me back to my days at St. Joe's. I now own a preschool in New Hampshire with over 100 children enrolled, with my former teammate and close friend, Mel Kimball Brown. The best part of my journey here was meeting my husband, Kevin. We met as freshmen and just celebrated our 20th year anniversary. We have 3 awesome children, and I'm proud to say that our boys have as much passion for the game as I have. So I can continue to be part of something I love, only now it's from the stands, which is really hard. Looking back, it's hard to imagine how my life would have turned out if I hadn't decided to visit the college just to miss the history test. I believe that attending St. Joe's not only allowed me to have a great basketball career, but also guided me in the right direction after my college days were over. I am incredibly thankful for this honor, and I thank you.